So hi everybody, this is Maureen with Coastal and Sea Living Group, and this is our first Zoom interview. Obviously with all of the things going on, we're working smartly and safely. Still want to bring you valid information about our local businesses and our local business owners. And today I have the pleasure of Kevin Whitley with me. Kevin is here in Cedar Point with Whitley Insurance Services. Welcome, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay, we may have some technical Zoom issues on this. This is our first one, but we'll get through it. What do you enjoy most about having a business here in our community, here in Cedar Point?
Well, first and foremost, this is such a small knit community that everybody works together. I think that's pretty evident with the coronavirus that has come up, that everybody is just kind of coming together, working together, and that's just part of being in a great community. So that's the first thing that I really enjoy about this community is just neighbors helping neighbors, businesses helping businesses, because we're all in it together and we all succeed together.
Okay. Now, how long, we're neighbors. We figured this out yesterday when we were talking. I could probably stand up, and if I had a good arm, I could throw a rock and hit your office. How long have you been in the insurance field, and how long have you been working here in the community, in the Cedar Point area?
Great question. First licensed in 2002, when I first started in the insurance business. So been around for quite some time, and moved into Carteret County in 2007. Went to work for an agency here, and then in November of 2018, I decided to go out on my own and open my own independent insurance agency here in Cedar Point.
Okay. That was an interesting time frame to open an independent insurance agency, wasn't it?
Timing is everything.
That's right. So tell me a little bit, so what type of insurance products do you offer?
So we offer all types of insurance except health insurance, home and auto, business, boats, workers' comp, general liability, life insurance. When it comes to health insurance, you really need an expert who is in that each and every day, because the laws are constantly changing. The coverages are constantly changing. So you need somebody that can navigate you through that. And I have a referral partner set up specifically for health insurance that I just funnel all of that to her.
Okay. So you just covered sort of a lot of different types of services. So what are some of the unique items or services that you think maybe the public isn't aware that you offer, that are available to them right here?
Great. So being in Eastern North Carolina, we really have we live in a unique place, a beautiful place. But with that comes, the chance of having a hurricane, like we experienced with Hurricane Florence. So a lot of people are under the impression that the only place they can get wind insurance is through the state wind pool. And honestly, that's just not correct. We have several markets that include wind into the homeowners policies. We also have private flood. For many years, it was strictly the NFIP, which is the National Flood Insurance Program, which is the governmental flood through FEMA. But now there's been a lot of different public sectors that have started offering flood insurance, which actually give you a broader coverage than the NFIP flood insurance.
Okay.
So we're fortunate enough to be able to offer that.
And these are all issues and topics that sort of got a new breath of life after Florence, because many people who never had claims or never made claims found themselves in a position where they had to, and I think it's been a learning process and remains to be a learning process for a lot of us as this continues to unfold, to learn about what products are available and what might be the best tool for us. How might you be able to leverage or assist the clients in this area who maybe have multiple venues, have multiple properties, or boat and home and auto? Or what are some of the things that you might be able to bring to the table or help them to sort of leverage that so that it's all working in their best interest?
Great question. I think first and foremost, going back to what you previously said, during Hurricane Florence, we learned a lot. So the first thing I will be able to bring to the table is just being here in the event of a claim. You are entrusting us with your most precious property, your investments. And in the event of a storm, we're going to be here. We're going to help you and guide you through that claim. It's just not a 1-800 number. You have a local agent who will sit down and navigate you through and help you come out of that catastrophe. Another thing is just representing a ton of different companies, a ton of different, there's a lot of different options out there for you. So we love to sit down and kind of go over exactly what your needs are, and shop the markets for you to find out what is the best thing for you. Is it a private flood or is it a public flood? What key coverages are you missing? You know, what we saw in Hurricane Florence is, especially with the flood policies, is that if it was governmental flood, there was no loss of use. So that's a huge coverage that's missing. When in the private flood market, that coverage is in that policy. So you have coverage for loss of use with a private flood market. When it comes to the wind issues, we want to make sure that you're insured where you need to be. And we look at the square footage of the house. We want to make sure that you're not overinsured, but you're not underinsured.
Talking earlier that one of the things that you said, one of the best ways, when you said the word, let us shop policies for you, the hair on the back of my neck kind of went like this, because it's, you know, as a consumer, that's probably one of the things that we like to do the least, is to call up different companies and agencies and have everybody, you know, first of all, not all of us, myself included, understand the fine print and the detail. And then second of all, it's just sometimes very painful trying to get the information. You're asking one question and you seem to be getting another answer. So you and I had talked, and you said that really the best way to go about this is to do sort of an insurance review, right? Where you could sit down with somebody and evaluate the policies they currently have in place, see if it suits their needs, see if it suits their budget, if they're over, if they're under, if there's a gap. And that's something that you're able to do for people right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely. That is a key, you know, especially as we're getting into the hurricane season. We encourage everyone to contact their local agent, or contact me, so we can sit down. We can go through your homeowner's policy, your auto policy, your boat policy, whatever policies that you might have, and let's just do a good checkup on them to make sure that it's where it needs to be, that you understand the deductibles. Because you don't want to learn about the deductibles when you have to use them. You would much rather know that up front, what is covered, what is not covered.
Is there a best practice for this? So as a consumer, if I came to you with my auto insurance and started with that, and then is there a value or a way to leverage these insurances that we have that's a benefit to the consumer?
It is, and I guess you're asking about bundling the things together.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the correct term is. Yeah.
So, you know, in Eastern North Carolina, because we have the wind issues, because we have the flood issues, there are certain companies that include wind into their homeowners policy that don't necessarily offer auto insurance. So bundling in Eastern North Carolina is a little bit different as you go inland, where you have the companies that include everything. But that being said, you know, if we have your auto policy written within the agency, you actually get a discount on your homeowners for having an auto policy within the agency. And then vice versa, if we have your homeowners, you get a discount for having an auto policy and being a homeowner. So
Okay.
there are discounts in there.
Okay. Well, that's good to know because,
Yeah.
like I said, not everybody always wants to run to the phone
Yep.
and go through that process because we've done it before. It's kind of like this is not something everybody wants to do.
Yeah.
So tell me, I appreciate this. This is great information. We're going to get this uploaded up onto our Park Bench site. People will be able to see the deals, and I know that you're working through a review coupon, which we can invite people back to take a look at. What is the best way for someone to contact you, Kevin, if they have a question about anything they've heard in the interview, they want you to take a look at a policy, they're looking at purchasing or selling, and they've got some questions? What's the best way to do that?
Great. So my office number is 910-421-2180. You can get me there. If you hit my extension and I'm not in the office, it automatically forwards it to my cell phone. So I'm available that way. Or you can email me at kevin@whitleyinsuranceservices.com. And I think that link is going to be down.
Yeah, I'll put that. And you've got a Facebook presence as
Correct.
well.
And that's at Insuring NC. That just pops up Whitley Insurance Services.
Okay.
You can find us on Facebook as well.
Well, listen, Kevin, thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time and participating in our safe interview Zoom process. And hopefully we'll have some more of our local business owners who are in a position to do so as well now, to continue communicating out to the public our message. We're dealing with some extraordinary times right now, but we'll get through this. We always do. And we'll move forward. So listen, thank you so much for your time. You have a great day, and I'll be talking with you soon, and we'll see you on Park Bench.
All right, sounds good.
All righty, thanks.